What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Next Wing Podcast with myself, and of course, my man Miguel, who's down in
Baltimore, having big fun.
indeed. A lot of stuff going on in Baltimore. It's like, no, I don't really know. Miguel have to let us know. But we are back for yet another Wednesday night, 8 o'clock. We are here. We are live. This is live, and if you're watching this right now, you can share us out with all your friends, family, and enemies, and let them know that we are here for them. The heck? Okay. That was weird. I don't know why that's on there, but okay. Um, but we have a show to talk about. A lot of things going on. The what is it? Major League Baseball is in their spring training sessions. The games will be starting soon. World Baseball Classic will be starting soon. Phillies made a an interesting signing that Miguel has brought to my attention, and we're also going to talk about a little infidelity or something like that, something along those lines, something like that, right? Um, and we got to talk Olympics, a little bit of Olympics. It hasn't really done it for me this year, but we're going to talk a little bit about it. And of course, NBA All Star Weekend was this past weekend, and I would like to get your thoughts on it. But before we get to all that, I like to ask my folks how they've been and ask them what's going on. So Miguel,
Sir,
how you been?
been well, sir. The snow is finally subsiding. So all the snow that they decided to remove from the street and put into empty lots are now becoming small lakes and rivers as expected. So yeah.
I was hoping you was going to keep talking because I have some food here, and I was just going to be
Oh,
unprofessional.
okay. I mean, I can keep trashing the city of Baltimore's municipal system if you like. The
Totally,
uh,
I need a few bites because I haven't eaten today.
Why have you not eaten today, sir?
I don't know.
Are you forgetting to eat at this age?
No, no. So if I'm being honest, um, I didn't like bring anything for lunch today, and I wanted to like bring my lunch this week. But I also was not in the mood to go and get junk food, like from a convenience store or a
You
fast
could have
food.
got a you could have got a healthy salad from the Wawa that's around the corner from you.
Interesting that you say that because the only thing I've eaten the past 2 days, or I shouldn't say that. The only thing I've eaten since Monday night was salad. I had a salad Monday night. I had a salad yesterday, and now I'm having a burger.
I was just about to say, are you celebrating Ramadan? But the burger would negate that.
Nope. I'm having a burger now. Sun is down though, but I'm having a burger, and it is delicious. If I do say so myself. All right, sorry y'all. Sorry for being unprofessional, but
It's what we do here.
you can do that sometimes. You can do that sometimes. So let's get to some of the particulars before we get into the show, because I got to hear about this signing of an 11-year-old shortstop. Now, I did not say that incorrectly. The Phillies signed an 11-year-old shortstop to a $1.8 million deal. Miguel, please tell me about it.
So the way that this is being worded is that it's what's called a pre-agreement, right? So it isn't actually finalized, nor has it been paid yet. However, the Phillies have reportedly committed the money for a shortstop, left-handed shortstop or left-handed hitting shortstop named David Basabe. Um,
I'm glad you pronounced that correctly.
I- So here's the thing: the all Major League Baseball teams are given the opportunity to sign international players, right? They can't go past a certain number. I can't remember what that number is, but they have allotted funds to sign international players.
Okay, let me stop you real quick, just for my understanding and for people that may not have an understanding. When you say they're allowed to sign a certain amount, each team is allowed to sign a certain amount of international players. Does that mean players that are not playing in the United States right now, that are playing overseas that are not American citizens, and they sign them and bring them over to be on their team? Or are you talking about in general, you're only allowed to have a certain amount of international players on your team in general? Because I
That
know
what
I learned over the pandemic that in like Korea, Japan, they're only allowed to have like two American players or two foreign players or something like that.
right? The first thing you said. So it's really an a lot of not. I didn't. I. It's not really an amount of players. It's the amount of money.
Okay.
So each team is allotted a certain amount of money. So like for instance, the White Sox signed that Japanese third baseman,
Hmm.
and I think the Cubs signed the Japanese pitcher or somebody signed. I know the Cubs signed the Japanese third baseman because I was hoping that the Phillies would get into the international market and sign the Japanese hitter, but they didn't. Same thing with the pitcher. So, and I think he signed for $8 or $9 million. I forget what he signed for, but he's already the I can't the guy's name is like Mikaneki Manami or something like that on the Chicago White Sox.
Make a high, make a honey.
Mikahani Ho, right? So he signed for a certain amount of money, but he's proven he proved himself in the World Baseball Classic in 24. He was on the same team with Otani, and he proved that he can hit. Not so great on the fielding side, so he'll probably be playing first base or whatever. But the Phillies going out into the international market and allotting almost $2 million to an 11-year-old is, I don't know if it's a publicity stunt, but it's absolutely weird because, as you and I know, we've coached this age group, and at 11 years old, you don't know what your son or your child is be 21 years old. May
Right.
not. He
Let me ask you this
may,
one, Dale.
yeah.
As far as the Phillies signing this kid, are they are they obligated to like are they obligated to this money, and like is this like
And
do they
this is this
have the right to have to draft him too? Like what how does this work? If he were
so
to make it, eventually become a Philly.
no, so if it's forget age for a second, but if he's just a regular international player, you just sign him as long as both sides agree to the money. It's almost like a free agency signing.
Okay. And
Um,
that's what this
but
is.
that's technically what this is.
Oh,
I
okay.
believe
Crazier.
Carlos Ruiz, Philly's great catcher, he signed out of Venezuela as a 14-year-old second baseman.
Hmm.
Um, but I think a few years after that, they upped the age that you couldn't sign anybody under 16. But I don't even know if there's an age limit anymore. But whatever the case, that's why this is called a pre-agreement.
Wow.
So even though yes, they what the Phillies basically did is like tell the world that we love this kid so much that we are going to verbally commit, even though we all know that verbal commitments are crap, that we're going to verbally commit almost $2 million to this kid because based on what they said, and I quote, he has the best offensive tools in the 2031 class. So whatever he showed, and there's only one clip of him hitting an opposite field hit against a grown up. Um, and it looked to me like his swing was kind of slow. It was kind of dragging through the zone. And anyway, um, um,
I agree with I
but
agree with Leslie over here. Insane.
right, it's insane. I don't know.
Answer me this, Miguel. Didn't they do something similar a year ago with Ronald Acuna Jr.'s like little brother or something like that, or cousin or something like that? Didn't they?
They did a verbal commitment, or they said he verbally committed that he was going to be a Philly, but there was no money attached to it. No one, the Phillies didn't say yes, we're going to pre-sign him to X amount of dollars. There was never any dollar amount. It was just like, yeah, in 2042, you're going to be, the first person we signed in the international league. So it was just a verbal thing. But this, they assigned money to it.
I think this is crazy. I think this is crazy because I'm thinking to myself at 11, right? When I was 11, playing like little league baseball, or whatever, I was decent. I was pretty good. I was one of the better people in the league. I don't think I was the best, right? But
Hmm.
but what I'm somewhat sure of is, and I'm not bragging. I'm not saying this to brag. What I'm somewhat sure of is I am the only one from my era of that little league in that league to play Division One baseball in college. I guarantee you there would not have been a college wanting to sign me at 11 years. A college, not even a professional team, a college wanting to sign me at. I would doubt that there was a high school that wanted to sign me at 11. Maybe. It's possible. It's possible. It's kind of fast. No, I didn't get fast till high school. I didn't get fast till high school. So no, no. I mean, it's crazy because life can take so many turns from a young age. You know what I mean? Like, so let me
Hmm.
ask you this, and I feel like you may have already answered it, but I just want to ask it again. Are the Phillies obligated to this money anytime soon?
No, and the reason why is because legally, the player can't even sign the contract until he's 16.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's why it's called a
So
pre-agreement.
they're like, at 16, you're gonna get
So
1.8.
right, and they can verbally say that and say, "Well, he's not hitting like we thought he would in high school, so we're gonna renegotiate that." But to put a number, that's why none of this makes sense. It just seems like an oversized publicity stunt.
Well, I will say this, and I'm not changing subjects. I'm just putting things in comparison. Now, and I don't think this is a. I mean, it's a crazy move, but I don't think it's too crazy based on the fact that they're not really committed to this money, obligated to this money. But just to think about it, I'm gonna read this comment and I'm gonna go to my comment if I remember it. They said, I have an 11-year-old right now who is barely deciding what sport he likes better: soccer, basketball, or track. And there's that whole thing too. The kid may not even want to play baseball. Well, he's from where? He's from Venezuela. No, choose.
Venezuela,
He's
yeah,
from Venezuela. I was right.
yep.
Okay, so he's either going to play baseball or soccer, right? Is that racist? I don't know. Might be. Not trying to be, but that's what Venezuelans.
Those are the dominant sports there. It's not
Yeah,
right. It's just
yeah.
facts.
It's
It's
like
not.
saying that somebody in the United States is either going to play baseball, basketball, or football. It is what it is. Um,
So
so my,
the
my
so
comparison was real quick. I'm sorry. My comparison was like this. This sounds stupid, even though it's not really a commitment. It sounds stupid, and I compare it to the 76ers. My favorite team. Where last week was it last week? They did something that I deem as stupid, where they traded second year player Jared McCain for some draft picks. But then they turn around and sign players to replace this kid that are not as good as this kid. So what was the point of trading him in the first place? If you're just going to sign others to replace, come on, man, come on, man. I just got to give that to 76.
That kind of reeks of, because didn't Maury say something about like we did the trade expecting another trade to happen down the road, and that trade kind of fizzled out. Didn't he like use
So
that kind of verbiage?
yes, he did kind of say that, in so many words. Whether or not to believe him, to take him at his word for that, I don't know. Um, it's very possible. It seems possible, right? That there's probably some things in the work that fell through, but I'm just like, it was just dumb. It was just dumb. And there's a big piece of me that feels like it came from like up top, came from
Mhm.
ownership. Because as you
Okay.
know, and you've stated on the show many times, owner of the Sixers owns the Washington Commanders and the New Jersey Devils. And when it's and it's
and he's in the Epstein files.
and he's in the Epstein files. We mentioned that on the show too. He's not in Epstein files for anything nefarious as at yet. I do want to mention that.
Yeah.
Unlike the Giants owner, but we're
Mhm.
not Giants fans here. Y'all got to worry about that, Giants fans. Um, I forgot what I was about to say, but the oh, he owns the Commanders. He owns the Devils, and maybe Miguel, maybe you have a little more insight, or maybe a lot more insight than I do. But people here believe that the owner I'm talking about, spends a lot more effort into the Commanders than he does the Sixers. I ain't heard nobody saying nothing about the Devils. I don't really know. Ain't paid attention. But it's almost like people feel like the Commanders are his baby, and he just has the Sixers for business reasons. And the move with McCain is kind of a business move. So I
Mhm.
don't know how to.
Well, I would say yes and no. The Sixers were his baby when he was trying to move them to Chinatown, downtown Philly. Remember, he was trying to get the venue down
Mhm.
there. And then when he finally got the agreement to stay down in South Philly, almost that same week, once they did the agreement, which was like really odd because it came out of left field, and that's just the way we do things in Philly government. Um, he started negotiating the deal in DC to get to reopen the old RFK Stadium and build a new venue there.
Okay.
So, and they just released the plans. So, I think it's going to be like a glass dome, and you'll be able to see um, the Washington Monument with the lights and all that bull crap.
I'm sure there's a lot more
Um,
smarter people than me building this and engineering this, but I don't think a glass dome is a good idea.
well, they got it in Minnesota. Not it's not glass. It's some sort of material that mimics
Okay.
glass, but it's supposed to allow natural like all that bull crap.
I didn't want stuff to get like magnified or something. No.
Right, but and but he negotiated the deal to get and it was a big deal in Maryland because people don't realize that the current DC stadium is in Landover is in Maryland. It's in Prince George
Yep.
County. So that money now leaves Maryland, as well as the FBI building now. So it's almost billions of dollars that are leaving the state and going back to
See.
DC.
Yeah.
So from a political standpoint, it kind of hurts the state a little bit. So that's why that's kind of a big deal here. So
Yeah, we're going to have to keep our eye on that situation.
and to kind of close out the opening story, so Kenny Acuna is also Venezuelan,
Okay.
and the Phillies verbally said that they were thinking of committing $3 million to him.
And he was young
So
too. He wasn't 11, but he was young.
14, he was 14 as of last year, so he can sign as early as January 15th, 2018. He can sign
2028.
because
Okay.
he's 14
You said
now.
2018, so I was confused.
I'm sorry, 2028.
Okay. Um, Real quick note. We're going to talk about Tony Clark. If y'all ain't heard about Tony Clark, I want to talk about this because it's just fun to talk about real life in sports to me, even though this is like bad. But I do want to talk about Nick Castellanos, who last week, as you know, if you're watching the show last week, Nick Castellanos was asked not to show up to spring training for the Phillies, and he didn't. And then he essentially was waived by the Phillies or released by the Phillies, whatever you want to call it.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
And then he signs with the San Diego Padres. All right, good for him. So what happens with things like that? The media is now open to ask questions, or they now feel comfortable asking questions about Nick Castellanos since he's no longer in the clubhouse. And I think you dug up a couple responses, Miguel. Am I right?
So the responses to the question was Nick Castellanos a a headache, for lack of a better word, in the clubhouse because of a couple of incidences. The one where a series in Miami, he actually got benched because of for defense, and he came back out into the clubhouse and popped open a beer and just sat there and drank a Presidente in the clubhouse, which is a no-no. And he called out Topper. He called him out for not being stern in one area with certain players and not in another, and he did it in front of the entire team. And then there was another incident where allegedly where um, he had his son in the rotation for batting practice, and I think JT Remuto's turn was cut short on an occasion, um, so that way his son can take BP.
Nick Castellanos' son, Liam.
Yeah.
Oh, so he gets to take batting practice, and just like all the other, I shouldn't say all the, but just like other professional athletes' kids.
True, but I think it interrupted.
Yeah, if people's turns are getting cut
Yeah.
short because you want your son to get some swings, who, by the way, the Phillies didn't sign him $8 million deal or agree to it, but he's
Right.
practicing with anyway. Let's
So the first video is Harper's response to the handwritten letter that looked like a ransom note, and then the second response I'll post as soon as that video is done is Schwarber's s- stancer statement
yeah,
answer whatever the
y'all
hell.
gonna love that one because we gonna mess with that
Yeah,
one. Here you go. Here, first one's Bryce, right? Here
sir.
you go.
Yes, sir.
Did you read the Castellanos letter the other day, and what did you make of it?
I didn't read it. Got a gist of kind of what it said. Obviously, Cassie's done great things for this organization in big postseason moments, and been a great guy for us to be around. And just didn't work out. Obviously, he's in San Diego now. We wish him all wish him the best of luck, and just go from there.
So that was Bryce kind of keeping it. It's kind of what you would expect him to say. He didn't really shy away from a question. He didn't really throw Nick Castellanos under the bus or anything like that. He kind of did exactly what you kind of expect him to do.
Sorry, I got a little thing in my throat.
He might need to get that checked out. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Excuse me. See, that's how a cough is supposed to sound.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. So now, Kyle Schwarber was asked about Nick Castellanos, and there you go. Like to hear it, Eric.
Do you think the situation with Nick last year was a distraction? Sorry, hold on.
I mean, that's here nor there. I mean, it's we did what we did what we did, right? I felt like that in the Dodgers series that we played good games, right? Like there were just things that we didn't execute, and we didn't walk away with wins at the end of the day. So it's hard to say here or there, right? Like we put ourselves in the position of where we wanted to be, and we just got knocked out. So can't really.
Now that, excuse me, that was a shorter version of the stuff he was asked, but that's actually the first time. It's actually the first time I saw the video. I've heard the sound of it. It's the first time I saw it, and the look on his face was like, it was like a little kid that doesn't lie and knows he's not supposed to lie, and he's trying to find the right words to not lie.
Right. His
He
mama
was
told
like,
him, "Listen."
no, it wasn't a distraction. No, like he went all over the place with it. But he just was like, he obviously was like, he didn't want to lie, but he didn't really want to tell the truth either. So he just had that look on his face. He had that look. So
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
y'all got to remember that. All right. With all that being said, Castellanos was gone. The Phillies players that are still here had Schwarber and Bright.
By 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 the way, did you see his new look,
Who's new look?
Castellanos?
Did he shave the beard and stuff, right?
Yeah, he's completely clean shaven, short hair. He looks like a
Is that a San
terminal.
Diego Padres thing, or is that just something you think he probably just decided to do?
It's definitely not a Padres thing because I've seen other Padres with beards, but um, yeah, he looks like a I don't know, like he looks 12.
No, he looks like he doesn't play for the Phillies anymore. That's what he looks like. So, um, we ain't listen. That's probably going to be the last conversation we have about Castellanos, unless he does something when he plays against Philadelphia. All the best to you, Nick Castellanos. Thank you for your time and your service here. And I wish you all the best, except for when you play the Phillies.
And I think his replacement is going to be something else. 'Cause did you see Odalis Garcia's how jacked he
Yeah,
is?
yeah. I'm hoping that he doesn't get like hit with a steroids thing halfway through the season. I mean, look, you get Max Kepler. What was the pitcher's name? Slipped my mind.
Alvarado,
Huh?
Alvarado.
Jose Alvarado, Max Kepler, Paul George. All getting knocked for anti-doping stuff. Philadelphia was never really that place, right? The only person that got knocked for that, and I'm sure I'm wrong, but it was Lane Johnson one time. Um,
Carlos Ruiz got dinged for 25 games one year because he uses Adderall, but he just didn't get the script.
mhm.
So he got the script, and everything was finally, everything was good. It was just a formality, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's a rarity. I mean, it's not common all over the league, but it's a rarity in Philadelphia. We just really haven't been hit with that. But over this past year, we got hit with 3. Actually, I guess Kepler isn't us really, but he was just with us, so that's why I say us. Tony Clark, real quick. I'm gonna step into this. Tony Clark resigns as the Major League Baseball Players Association director. After an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law. With your sister-in-law, bro?
Well,
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
With your sister-in-law, bro?
well,
With your sister-in-law, bro?
so
Big dummy.
Come on, man. First of all,
okay.
is he married? Like, was he cheating on his wife? Because we could take that angle too.
Well, the first off, the relationship is wrong. Yes, but that's not what really got him into trouble with Major League Baseball.
Okay,
I'll put it
talk
that
to
way.
me.
Or
School
with
me on this, please.
okay. So the issue was he hired the sister-in-law.
Mhm. So he can have the inappropriate relationship at work and nobody would catch him. That's what he did.
She was hired by the union in 2023
Mhm.
to handle certain things on the financial aspect. Now, what people aren't talking about is that there's a internal inquiry from the union, but also into the MLB Players Association's finances and improprieties, including the nepotism. Um, but it's an investigation by a U.S. district attorney, um, who's trying to figure out what legal liabilities they have. There's also two, I want to say, related. There's two organizations where they're questioning the use of funds related to profits from a one company called One Team Partners, which is a multi-billion-dollar group licensing company, who's also partly owned by another company called Players Way, a youth baseball initiative that was supposed to spend millions of dollars to help support a handful of events. But allegedly, there's been some short changes there. So not all the events were funded. So now there's allegations of obstruction. So it's not just the sexual impropriety, it's what it caused in the investigation, what was found during the investigation. So it may be a source of financial hanky spanky.
I would like to say, and this is nothing against you, Miguel. You were doing your job just now. I would like to say that
Thanks.
all that you just said was boring. I want to know about the yeah. I want to know about the yibbity dibbity that was going on. Yeah, all the money and all that stuff. Yeah, that's what they really got in trouble for. But I want to know about the yibbity dibbity was going on. What the heck was going on? You bought in. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember what. I'm trying to remember what Tara from the 10-7 show calls it, but I can't think. I got to make up my own word now. You bought in your sister in law, so you can boink. I'm assuming probably in the office, probably like whatever.
Oh, you want the like the HBO
I
Showtime
want
After
that.
Dark
I
weekdays.
want that. I don't care about the money. I don't care about that. That money ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't take no. I want to hear about. So okay. So when uh Ma Udoka, I believe his name was coaching the Celtics, and he had an inappropriate relationship with a coworker. We didn't hear about the relationship part of it. Yes, we did. We didn't hear about other stuff. All we heard was the relationship part. And the fact that the man was cheating on Nia Long pissed off every man out here. It pissed off like for real,
who
dude.
who does that?
I don't know. Him. Him. Ladies out there, any ladies that's checking us out right now, I have a question for you. I have a question for you. You can call us up and to answer this, you can hit us on the 24-hour text line at 484-606-6061, or you can call us at 727-731-8267, or you can just leave a comment in the chat. Ladies, if you know of a man that was publicly outed for like cheating on their significant other, Ime Udoka. I'm trying to think of somebody else that did it. I can't think of it right now, but there's plenty of other. I just can't think of one right now. Publicly outed, right? Um, would you be inclined to have a relationship with that man afterwards, like after that, or would you say, "Nah, I know what you about. Kick rocks." Now, I'm interested. And fellas, y'all can answer the question too, and vice versa. If there was a woman that was publicly outed for cheating, you know what, fellas, don't answer that question. don't, don't answer that question, fellas, because I know, I know there's some guy out there that's saying, "Well, it depends." I know there's a guy out there saying right now, "Well, it depends." Okay, because I'm probably one of those guys that probably would say that. Well, it depends. Depends. And if you watch the 10-7 show at all, you will know for me what it depends on. Ryan said, all I know is that man cheated on Nia Long. He bugging. Oh, I forgot about this one. Thank you. Eric Benet cheated on Halle Berry.
That's right.
Cheated on Halle Berry. Ladies, would you be inclined to get into a relationship with Eric Benet? Knowing that, I mean, listen. No offense to any ladies out there, but back when he did this, Holly was considered the baddest woman on the planet. At least the baddest black woman on the planet, right? If he could, man, hold on, wait a minute. So, wait a minute. I forgot. Eric Benet cheated on Holly Berry. David Justice cheated on Holly Berry. Did Derek Jeter do? I don't think Derek Jeter did. But Derek Jeter got like everybody, so I don't know. He might have. But damn, Holly Berry, what you doing? What you doing over there? But ladies, yeah, just let us know if you would be so inclined to start a relationship with a man that was publicly outed for cheating on their significant other. Three ways to hit us up: the 24-hour text line. That's 484-606-6061. You can call us up 727-731-8267, or you could just put your comment in the chat. It's all good. Arda said, "I'm getting away from my keyboard now." Yeah, don't answer that question. All right, so are we moving on? Let's move on. You have some videos before we move on, right? Because before you get to the videos, I'm going to put this question out there for everybody that's checking us out right now, and make sure you share us. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, whatever the case is. I want as many people to answer this question as humanly possible. How did the new NBA All-Star Game format work for you, where they had two American teams and a world team, and there was a round robin tournament with a winner eventually at the end? Let us know what you think about that before we get into the topic. But Miguel has a couple videos that he's going to he has scoured the internet for. I'm not victim shaming. I'm not. But here's what I will say, and everybody will agree with it. When the same thing happens to you over and over again, like a few times, like I'm not saying it was her fault, right? But let's just say you're a baseball player and you keep getting hit in the ear over and over again. A few times might be an accident, a few times might be on purpose, but eventually you probably might have to look at your batting stance and what's going on with you. Are you hanging your head over the plate? Something like that, right? What is it about you that gets you cheated on? Right? Not that's kind of victim shaming, right? But if you are always getting cheated on, there's something in you, right? Because now this turned into the 10-7 shows. I'm gonna turn this around real quick. Because whether it be something you can control or cannot control, if the same thing keeps happening to you, it's either something you're doing or it's the decision you're making in the significant others. It's one or the other. All right. I'm gonna just put it like that. Not victim shaming Halle Berry. I wouldn't do that. Wouldn't do that. Oh Lord, I'm hitting the button too many times. Art, I said I love the new format of the NBA All-Star game. This was a more competitive year than in the past. I should have waited until after the videos to put that up. So I'll bring it back up afterwards. But you have some videos for us, Miguel.
Yep. So college baseball has officially started.
We
So
showed a
we had
video
our
last of a.
what? Huh?
I said we showed a video last week of a situation where where the kid broke his leg and all that.
Did I show that?
Yeah. Oh, you're about to show it again? We can show it again. Some people didn't see it.
No, 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 no. This on the home run, right? I sent
Yeah,
it to you, but I didn't. We didn't show it on the show because I had
we
just.
did.
I hadn't,
We showed it on the show.
no, we didn't.
Okay, well we'll show it today then.
But it's not. I'll show that later. But
Okay.
this is uh it's so disappointing. So Indiana was playing against your favorite school in the world, UNC, in North Carolina, and with
My
two out.
oh, hold on, because I don't want you to. I don't. My favorite school in the world is the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. My favorite college basketball team and team that I tend to root for other sports too is the University of North Carolina, unless they're playing the University of Maryland Eastern Shore.
I stand corrected.
Slightly corrected.
Anyway,
You're 49% right.
49% right. So of course Indiana is still clamoring, still excited from winning their national championship in football. So they're up with a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the ninth and two outs. Let the tape play.
Pitch with the bases loaded. Sowers, bouncing ball right side, gloved up by the second baseman. He threw it wide. He threw it short. He threw it away. One run and here comes the second. French to third. Sowers stops at second. And about as routine of a routine play as you will ever see from Aiden Stewart is anything but. He threw it away and the game is tied.
And then a couple pitches later, this is the end result.
Oh, okay.
Next pitch. Winslow, fly ball, left center field, carrying toward the scoreboard. Good night! Welcome to Carolina, Macon Winslow. A sweep clinching walk-off solo home run. And your final score in 11 innings, Carolina 4 and Indiana 3.
Gotta love that. You gotta love that. You gotta love that. We had a couple comments in on some of the questions that was asked. I'm going to go to Leslie because I asked this question first about ladies. Would you date a man? Would you pursue a man that was publicly outed for cheating? Leslie said, "No, I wouldn't." But lots of women think she did something was the cause. I could be the one. Okay, let me. Okay, not
So, and she could be the
no, I
one to
wouldn't.
change.
But lots of women think she did something was the cause, and I could be the one to change him. A lot of women do think that. A lot of a lot even in not that kind of situation, a lot of women do think that they can change a man, and the man's got to want to change. I'm gonna just tell y'all that right now. 10-7 type knowledge here for y'all. The man's got to want to change. All right, speaking from experience. Um, Now she's also said it's all lies. Men and women cheat because they want to. No other reason. So you're pretty much right about that, right? I mean, you're right about that. Like you had. I shouldn't say no. I shouldn't say want to, but they decided to. They've made the decision to do so. Um,
Yeah, because there's many reasons.
you can be in the middle of cheating, and be like, man, I don't really want to do this, but I'm here now. I'm here now. But sometimes the cheating happens because I'm thinking about some of the cheaters I know in my life. Sometimes the cheating happens because they're not being fulfilled in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
I'm gonna just say at home. Um,
And it
and
doesn't
they,
have to be
they make the decision that they're going to cheat,
right, and it doesn't have to be sexual.
and
In
it
it.
doesn't have to be sexual. Well, you've been watching the 10-7 show, haven't you? So, and R Dot had a comment about the video you just showed with the second base, and I have a comment too. For Chuck Knobloch. Not everybody's going to get that reference, but all baseball people get that reference. Yeah, that was a Chuck Knobloch move.
He had the
Um,
yips.
one thing I noticed, Miguel, and did you notice? They had the camera there at second base for a while, right? After
Hmm.
that play. I mean, that's all you saw was the guy standing on second base, and the shortstop was there at second base. He didn't look at the second baseman. Did you notice that?
I caught that.
He did not look at the second base. He was hot. I don't know, if he's an underclassman or upperclassman and what the second base. I don't know what the dynamic is there. But that shortstop was not happy. Unranked team playing up to bottom of the ninth against the 11th ranked team in the country. And you and you spike one. Look, I've made my share of errors in college too. But what I can say is none of them happened in the ninth inning.
You,
Unless,
yeah.
unless you count a pass ball as an error, which doesn't count as an error as a pass ball. Well, outside of R dot and maybe one or two other pitchers, we had guys spiking the ball all over the place.
That
R dot
bad
knows
though.
what I'm talking about. I'm not saying no names, but R dot knows exactly what I'm talking about.
That bad though. Understood. So
And here's our comment.
there it is.
But I think he's talking about me. That wasn't in college. He might be talking about me. He may not. But I will put it out there. I'm not ashamed. The moment I knew it was time for me to hang it up was when I had two errors on one play in a baseball game. First time in my life. And first time in my life that I ever made two errors in one play that I can remember. Ball gets hit. I'm playing second base. Ball gets hit. I charge the ball. And I'm trying to think what the first error was.
It had to have been the
I
fielding.
think I bobbled it.
Bobble. Okay.
I think I bobbled it. And I was falling. And as I was falling and I gathered the ball, I was trying to throw to first base. And I don't know where that ball went. But yeah, that was bad. To this day, I'm not happy. I'm still not happy I made those two errors in that game. We won the game. And it was early in the game that happened. We won the game, but to this day, I still get mad about that. Like I want that. I want it back.
The uh, I think the most frustrating and sad, and then most frustrating again play that I ever witnessed. I had a catcher make four errors on one play.
Ooh, wow. How was that possible?
So, oh my god, it hurt so bad because we were up by two. Bunt front of the plate. He throws the ball away. So that's one error, right? So the ball is thrown in, and it kind of dribbles in front of the like around the pitcher's mound. He picks it up because the runner overruns second. He tries to throw back, throws it to center field. That's two. Then there was on the same play, the center fielder throws it home. Guy's out by like 10 feet. He drops the ball. The runner runs back to third.
He picks up the ball, throws the
He
third.
picks up the ball and throws it to left field. He flew literally into the bullpen.
That kid had an arm, huh?
Sure.
So, yeah, you just got the explanation, or Dot. You just got the explanation. There you go. That's how it happened.
3 throws and 1 drop on the same damn play.
Mm. That takes some skill.
I think I had no words in my post game. I had no words. Like I just like
Did that end the game?
yes, the overthrow. Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing you can say.
I remember getting into my car and texting my director. I was like, I can't cut players like now, can I?
Miguel is so quick to pull the trigger on somebody to get rid of somebody. Miguel just talking about cutting a kid, y'all. Because he made mistakes. He didn't say bench him, he just wanted to cut him.
For Eric.
Like this kid was named Kyle Schwarber or something.
This kid, you had to see the look on everybody else's face that was standing behind him.
I can imagine.
You know what I mean? Like I needed to call like
He probably wanted to cut the kid for his safety.
correct, among other things.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
that's why he wanted to cut him for his safety. Sure you did. That's right.
Can you entertain something for me, please? Because I made a promise to somebody that I would explain something to them. It involves a video I just posted.
You want me to play the video?
Yeah. So I think I tried to start this like you know back in the 80s. The afternoon the weekend afternoon baseball games would have that little segment. You make the call. You know.
Oh yeah.
Whatever the case may be. So all I will say is that for what the umpire calls him out. So, but we can kind of go and get into it.
Materi slaps it into right field. Here comes the throw from right. It is high, backed up by Olstein. He comes back to the bag. The tag is upon. He's out at first base.
Umpire got it wrong. Yeah, I did you send me this? Somebody sent me this video.
I sent it to you.
Umpire got it wrong.
So, okay, you claim he got it wrong. Why do you think he made the call though?
It looked like the umpire said that he made an attempt to go to second, or he took us almost like he offered to go to second and changed his mind. But when I looked, it did not look that way to me. Like I was looking for him to have done that because I was like, that umpire got it right. And the only thing I can think of is that he missed first base, which I don't think he did.
Right.
But yeah, I didn't see him make an attempt to go to second base.
Agreed. But I think that's the explanation of the call. And I think because what was the last like 3 or 4 years they added that second outside base to for safety. So I'm wondering if the rule states, and this is at all levels, if you're running through first base, and we always teach our players this, if the ball's still like in the infield, you peel off like towards the dugout. So you're kind of allowed to freely walk back without getting tugged. If you make any step towards the next base, then that means you're attempting to go to next said base. You are now, it's a live ball, and you are now, you can get into a rundown. So that's why he was called out. But I have a feeling because of that extra width of the base, he kind of was like on an angle back towards second base. So I'm wondering if that threw the umpire off because he looked like he was kind of off. Because even if he was to look like he made the turn, it was behind the umpire.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I.
Well, here's the thing, and I know exactly what you're saying, but I feel like due to what you said previous to that,
Mhm.
the umpire still blew it because if the way you teach
Agree.
when you're young, you teach them to step and turn off so you can
Mhm.
freely come back. If that kid, he should still be allowed to freely come back because
Mhm.
he didn't make an attempt to second base, so he should be allowed. Like it would almost be if he turned off and come back. That's almost more of an attempt than going straight, turning around and come back because you
The,
have to
the,
turn off. You have to go towards second base to get to first base.
I would. My only thing is that with the base runner, he literally just stayed in a straight line. So I think he kind of made it closer than it needed to be. I think
Yeah, I
had
agree
he
with you.
just done what he was normally taught, just peel off. Because even if he does take the step back after he peels off, you're not going to get called out. But
My belief is he knew the ball was overthrown,
mhm,
and in his mind, he probably thought about second base,
gotcha,
and that's why he didn't peel off. In my head. In
gotcha.
my so a question I asked before we started talking about some other stuff and looking at the videos. Um, how did the new NBA All Star Game format work for you? And R. Dot chimed in. He said I love the new format of the NBA All Star Game. This was more competitive than in the past. Um, I'm glad to hear him say that because I know I was talking to him before the game and he said he wasn't feeling it too much. I think the competition level kind of maybe brought him back around. I was actually going to text you, Miguel, and ask you if you were watching because I think you would have enjoyed the first three games. I think you would have enjoyed the first three games. The last game was a dud. My belief is the last game was a dud because the American old heads, this was their third game in a row. So the first game was between the young American team and the world. The second game was the world and the old Americans. The third game was the young Americans and the old Americans. So what happened was the young Americans beat the world by 2 points, and then the old Americans beat the world by 2 points. I believe. I believe that's what it was. And then the no, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. The young Americans the young Americans beat the world by 2 points. Then the young Americans played the old Americans and lost by 2 points. And then the world came back and played the old Americans, and I believe the old Americans won that game by two, I believe. And then the way things panned out, it ended up being the old Americans. No, I'm sorry, the old Americans beat the world by four, I believe.
Was the team actually called the Old Americans?
No, they were the USA teams were called Stripes. They were Stars and Stripes. But the Stripes team had the old like LeBron, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard had the older stars.
Hmm.
The other team had younger stars like Tyrese Maxey,
Okay.
Cade Cunningham from the Pistons, like all the younger guy, the younger all stars. And the world team just had international stars. So anyway, the way it worked out, you had the old Americans and the young Americans playing each other in the final, which this final was the old Americans' third straight game. And in my mind, I said, I think I text somebody. I said, this game ain't going to be good because I just figured the old heads was tired. Three straight games, and then they got to play the youngins who um who were just coming back on the court fresh. Like they were fresh. I think no, ain't no way the old heads going to win this game. Ain't no way. And the youngins blew them out from. I think they beat them by like 20. So a lot of people took that as the old heads just didn't take the game seriously anymore because personally, I felt like the old heads was tired. Personally,
Why not just do 3-on-3 like they do in the Olympics?
3-on-3 is a totally different game.
No, I understand that, but I mean, for the All Star game or for whatever you want to call this crap,
I feel you on it. But it's a totally different. So it would be so if you're the reason I would be against it. I would love to see them do it, but I wouldn't want to see them do it in the All Star game. The reason is because for me, the 3-on-3 rules are slightly different, and if you get an NBA crowd watching a 3-on-3 tournament where the rules are different and they're not aware of the difference of the rules, they're probably not going to enjoy the product.
got it.
Not that it changes too much, but there's certain things that are a little bit different.
I got you.
Plus, NBA fans love fast breaks, so ain't no fast break. Well, in the unrivaled league, the women's 3-on-3 league, there are fast breaks. It's 3-on-3 full court, just a smaller court. So there are fast breaks in that 3-on-3 league.
There you go. 3-on-3, smaller court.
You might see that in the WNBA All Star game. You might, but the women still play basketball hard all year round, so it is what it is. But shout out to the young Americans. They won by like 20 something points, so shout out to them. I thoroughly enjoyed the format. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Did they copy it somewhat near what they did for
NHL.
the NHL?
So probably, but I don't know. Did the NHL have 3 teams? Did they do a round robin?
So they did they were international teams.
There was 4 international teams, right?
Right. It was USA, Canada.
So
I
it was
want
a
to
little
say
different.
Russia.
It was a little different because they had 2 American teams, 1 world team. Round robin tournament, best results play in the final. That's basically what it was. But also as a side note, NBA All Star Saturday Night wasn't that bad. But here's my gripe. Can I take a moment and gripe, Miguel?
Sure.
The damn thing started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. NBA All Star Weekend NBA All Star Saturday Night is not supposed to start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't even think I was home at 5. I think I was just walking in the door at 5 o'clock, not thinking about anything. 7 o'clock, I turn on the thing, and I'm catching the final round of the 3-point contest. What? 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 I was hot, and I'm told it's because of the Olympics. I was not happy. Mind you, the All Star game was in L.A. So their All Star festivity started at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, which I guess was cool for them because the parties get to start earlier. I guess whatever the case may be. But
Right.
that's my gripe with you, NBA. I love the NBA. I'm a big NBA fan, but that's my gripe with you having that All Star weekend start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Not
Well,
having
the NHL actually canceled their All Star game because
the Olympics.
of the Olympics.
Yeah,
So
they're on a 2-week break, so they have 1 more week left.
right.
So they come back. And real quick note, Rising Stars Challenge, the Rising Stars game, they also had a round robin tournament. They had, I believe they also had 3 teams. I don't know how they divvied them up, but I think one of the teams was like a G League All-Star team or something like that. But VJ Edgecomb, Sixers rookie, VJ Edgecomb won the Rising Stars MVP. Also made the they gave Vince Carter hell for this, but he made the winning free throws in the championship game. So they kind of gave Vince hell like, yo, you can't win games on free throws. But hey, man, it's the format. It's the format. I tell you what, if it wasn't VJ Edgecomb that made it and it wasn't VJ Edgecomb's team, I'd have been hot too. I understand it. Team Vince played Team Mello in the finals, and Team Vince won. Real quick note, because I know we gotta get ready to get out of here. I know y'all been hanging with us, man. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that like button too. The U.S. women's hockey team in the Olympics, they are headed to the gold medal game to play against Canada. I didn't know. I looked it up before the show. I accidentally closed it. I didn't realize that Canada had pretty much dominated the U.S. women over the years. I think the last Olympics, I think the U.S. women won for like the first time. But yeah, the Canadian women dominated the U.S. The men's team is headed to the semifinals, after they beat Sweden today, I believe, in overtime. Um, yeah, the two teams met in 5 straight gold medal games. It's going to be 6 straight gold medal game that the women, U.S. women, played Canadian women. And before we get to Miguel stumping me, we have another video.
This is in honor of the Olympics. Um, all I can say is you'll hear what happens.
Okay, here we go.
Yannick Bertrand. Oh, the gate to the groin for Yannick Bertrand, and you could hear it. And if you're a man, you could feel it. Wow, watch this again. Oh, the Frenchman. Oh, monsieur. Wow, the boys took a beating on that one. Oh, just look at him trying to stretch it out.
It's yours.
Oh,
That was funny. Dang, I feel sorry for that dude. Was that in the Olympics?
yes, that was last
I
week.
missed that one. I missed that one. Ooh, we. Oh, monsieur. Moula, moula, moula. Mon ami.
Whew.
And it was immediate, too. You know how sometimes you get hit, it's like, ooh, and then it
Right.
hurts a little later. That was immediate.
It was like, oh!
I will say, I think it was day 2 or 3 of the Olympics. I was watching some of that downhill skiing where they go like 70 miles an hour down the hill.
Mm.
And I saw like 3 crashes in a row. And one of the crashes, the woman did what the guy just did right there. But the pole came out and was like stuck between her legs and her arm, and she couldn't, and just boom, right into the red fence. They call it the red red wall or something. But yeah, it was an American too. She went right into it. Boom. Ooh wee, these crashes, man. I can't wait for the next Olympics just so I can see them Alpine crashes. I didn't realize they crashed that much.
I know.
All right. So let me get out of the chat so nobody can give me the answer. I'm gonna go ahead.
Oh, let me show that.
Oh, we
that
got another
home,
one. Sorry.
just the home run, because I don't recall. I know I sent this to you, but I don't recall because I just downloaded the video to this. Like,
Okay, maybe we didn't show it. I thought we did. Anyway, here you go.
89 as this one is launched deep left field. Aiden Dill has left the building. And he has given Seton Hall
But he
a 2-run lead, but he has gotten injured.
It's a little different, I think.
Oh, my goodness.
If he cannot score,
No.
then it'll be a tie game.
Oh, no.
Oh, poor Aiden Dill.
No.
Oh, my goodness.
As he went around, let's see what happened here.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm glad our pictures was covering
I
that
said
up.
Aiden Dill, but it was Justin Ford.
No.
So for the people that wasn't able to see that, hadn't seen that video, basically his ankle snapped, and snapped. Oh, where's my camera? It basically snapped and snapped outwards. So like the above part of his ankle was hit the ground, and the side of his foot was flat on the ground. So sorry for that, young man. His season's over,
among other things.
and it just started. All right, so I'm out of the chat. The phones are down, and it's time for Miguel to try to stump me. I'm on a good roll. I think I'm a 2 in a row, or my 3 in a row.
2.
2 in a row, going for 3, and he's not making it easy. 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time All-Pro, 1999 AP Defensive Rookie of the Year, 1999 The hell is all that? PFWA. What is that?
All right, so he won the Rookie of the Year. One was from the Associated Press, and one was from the Pro Football Writers Association.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he's defensive rookie of the year in two different associations. Defensive lineman, right?
Yes.
Started his career with the don't tell me, let me is that Seattle?
No.
Is it Detroit?
No.
Or who is it?
The Tennessee Titans.
Oh, Tennessee Titans. Okay. Stars got it. I got it. I got it. In the capital, only think the vibe kill if the elements don't murder you to ride as well. Okay, I'm not sure. But I'm thinking it's the freak, Javon Curse. Yes. One of my favorite players right there.
One of
I
mine.
wanted to be a defensive end because of two people, Javon Curse and Simeon Rice. I wanted to be a defensive end. Not knowing I was way too small to be a defensive end, but I wanted to be a defensive end and a kick returner and a running back. That's what I wanted to do. But Javon Curse, yep, the freak. He was one of my
The
favorite
freak.
players. Man. He was that dude. In the cat, he was that dude. He was that dude. Lost the Super Bowl with the Titans and the Eagles, didn't he? Was he on the
Yep.
Eagles when he lost that Super Bowl? Damn.
Hmm.
Super Bowl. Damn. But he was that dude though. Shout out Javon Curse, man. Shout out Javon Curse. Looks like you got something else for us. Am I right?
Um, there was a lot of hullabaloo about Bad Bunny doing his entire set in Spanish. So I would like to entertain what it would have sounded like in English, and then let you guys be the judge of what you would rather had.
I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of nervous. I don't know what to expect here, but okay, here we go.
Hey, hey, 4th of July was the 4th of July. I'm with my drunk cousin having a good time. My people in the Bronx know what's up. Feeling high through Washington Heights. Willie Colin, they call me the bad one. Because years go by and I'm still hitting home runs. Selling records like Frida Kahlo paintings. Hey, the capital of Perio, now everyone wants to be Latino. No, but they lack flavor, drums, and reggaeton. Hey, hey, watch out for my crew, cause there's a lot of us. They lack flavor, drums, and reggaeton. Hey, hey, watch out for my crew, cause there's a lot of us. Welcome to the heat.
Is that really what he was saying? Like, is that true translation? Is it? That's real translation. It's interesting.
Doesn't hit the same, does it?
Not at all. At all. I mean, I didn't know what he was saying at the time, but now I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't. Kind of glad I didn't, because I started. I sometimes wonder about when international singers and rappers have songs and rhyming in songs in America is it's bottom line. Like if you singing a song and don't have anything rhyming, then it's strange, right?
But it rhymes in Spanish.
Huh?
But it rhymes in Spanish. It just doesn't translate in English because some of the words. So like a word, like one word, like encanto, for instance, could be a place. It could be a feeling. So it translates as like to feel like instead of just the one. You know what I mean? So like
Okay,
one word could be like 6 words in English translated.
gotcha.
So that's why the translation doesn't
But
work well.
and what I'm getting at is like in other languages, a lot of times stuff won't rhyme necessarily in our ears, and sometimes I wonder like how does that go over? Like maybe like say in Germany, I've heard music in Germany. It doesn't rhyme at all, but it's like great music over there. I just know a big thing of music in America is rhymes, and a
Right.
lot of times
Because we're simple.
say again.
Because we're simple.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much.
We're America.
America, America.
America.
Yeah, America. We're gonna get up out of here before we get in trouble. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the Check Swing Podcast. Miguel, do you have any last words before we get up out of here? Don't think too long about it because we ain't got that kind of time. We ain't got time for you to develop a statement.
Sleep well, get your water, and make love, not war.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Look, we're gonna get up out of here. We appreciate y'all hanging with us here on the Check Swing Podcast with myself and of course my man Miguel, who's down in
Baltimore, having big fun.
We'll talk to y'all next week right here on the Check Swing Podcast. Make sure you share it with your friends, your family, and your enemies, and make sure you share the wealth with us. Comments, y'all. Make sure you follow us on Instagram too at Check Swing Podcast. And we're about to re-up on our Instagram game.
My elbows are ashy.
I think so. Be glad your camera doesn't have like memory with that.
Touche.
Getting out of here. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all for loving us. We'll talk to y'all next week right here on the Check Swing Podcast. Peace out, y'all.
Until we meet again.